Definition of the three-sector economy. A three-sector economy is an economy that includes activities in the corporate, household, and government sectors. So, in analyzing the three-sector economy, in essence, the role and influence of the government on activities in economy will be considered. It is often referred to as a closed economy because in the three-sector economy, there are no export and import activities. Government intervention in the company causes two important changes in the process of determining the balance of national income, namely, 1. Tax collection by the government will reduce aggregate spending through a reduction in household consumption. 2. Taxes allow government to spend and this will increase aggregate spending. Thus, two streams of expenditure or income will change the pattern of income streams in the economy. This is a scheme of a three-sector economy. The description of the scheme is as follows. 1. The flow of goods, factor of production, from RTK to RTP through the input market. 2. The flow of money, rent, wages, interest and profit, is a remuneration from the RTP to the RTK. 3. Flows of money, service for purchasing goods and service from RTK to RTP through the market of goods. 4. Flow of goods, service from RTP to RTK. 5. Payment of subsidies from the government to RTK and RTP. 6. Government revenue in the form of taxes from RTK and RTP. Government effect in three-sector economy. 1. The government can play a central role as a regulator of the economy that occurs in society. This is done as an effort to maintain the stability of the community's economy so that it continues to run well and does not cause harm to the community. The government can regulate the community's economy by making various policies, regulations, and even laws that regulate the problem. 2. The influential government also plays a role as a consumer of goods and service products. The government must use various products such as office equipment, state apparatus service, and so on. 3. The government is influential as a producer that manage various state companies to produce products related to the lives of many people. 4. And the government is also influential to collect taxes from every taxpayer to maintain the country's economic stability. Income flow and balance conditions. There is a new flow due to government intervention. 1. Tax payments by households and companies to the government. This tax payment generates revenue for the government. It is the main source of government revenue. 2. Spending from the government sector to the corporate sector. This flow describes the value of government spending on goods and services produced by the corporate sector. 3. Income flow from the government sector to the household sector. The flow arises as a result of payments to the consumption of factors of production owned by the household sector by the government. Sukirno 2016 151-152. The main characteristic of the income and expenditure flows of a closed economy include 1. Payment by corporate sector can be divided into two types, namely payments to the household sector as income to the factors of production and payments to the government's corporate income tax. 2. The income that households now receive from salaries and wages paid by companies and by the government. 3. The government receives income in the form of taxes from companies and households. The income will be used to pay salaries and wages of employees and to purchase goods and services. For equation, Y equals C plus S plus D, the income received by household is Y will be used to meet three needs. Pay and finance consumption expenditure is C, save as savings is S, and pay household income taxes is T. 5. Equation. Aggregate spending is IE. Has become more and more diverse. That is, in addition to consumption spending, C, and investment E now includes government spending. G. Equation. IE equals C plus I plus G. Balance in a three-sector economy. The conditions that create equilibrium in a three-sector economy are aggregate supply minus aggregate spending. Y equals C plus I plus G. The activities of the corporate sector to produce goods and services will create a stream of income to the household sector, salaries and wages, rent, interest and profit. And this flow is equal in value to national income. So that the following equation applies. Y equals C plus S plus D. So in the balance of national income, equality applies is expenditure equals income. Expenditure is C plus I plus G and income is C plus S plus D. I plus G equals S plus T. Description. S and T are leaks. I and G are injections. The economic balance of the three sector also applies to the situation, leak injection. Types of taxes. Taxes are divided into two, namely direct tax and indirect tax. What is direct tax and indirect tax? Direct tax is a tax that is directly collected from people who are obligated to pay taxes, while indirect tax is a tax on an individual or entity which is ultimately paid by another person. The agency that collects the tax will then send it or report it to the government. Tax effects on consumption and saving. As a result of the disposable income tax has become smaller than the national income. In a tax economy, the relationship between disposable income and national income is written using the equation YD equals Y minus T. The decline in disposable income will reduce household consumption and savings. The reduced amount of consumption and saving is equals to a reduction in possible income. So, delta YD equals minus T equals delta C plus delta S. Besides, depending on change in disposable income, consumption reduction is determined by the MPC and MPS, which is written using the following equation. Delta C equals MPC multiply T. Delta S equals MPS multiply T. In conclusion, regardless of the form of the tax system, is fixed tax or proportional tax, tax collection will result in reduced household consumption and saving as much as determined by the above equation. Marginal consumption trends, MPC and MPCY. MPC is the ratio between the increase in consumption and the increase in disposable income. In equation, MPC equals delta C per delta YT, and then MPCY is the ratio between the increase in consumption and the increase in national income. In equation, MPCY equals delta C per delta Y. Note, delta Y is greater than delta YD, then MPC is greater than MPCY. Government expenditure. Determination of government expenditure. 1. Projected amount of tax received. 2. Economic goals to be achieved. 3. Political and security considerations. Projected amount of tax received. In preparing its budgets, the government must first make a projection of the amount of tax it will receive. Economic goals to be achieved. Some of important objectives of government activities are to overcome the problem of unemployment, avoid inflation, and accelerate economic development in the long term. Political and security consideration. Political strife between various groups of people will lead to a huge increase in government spending, especially if military operations are necessary. Government expenditure function. It can be concluded that national income does play an important role in determining government spending. In other words, government spending in a certain period and its change from one period to another are not based on the level of national income and national income growth.
Sample question.
Here is the sample question of the material. Equilibrium in the three-sector economy. Fixed tax and income balance is now C equals 60 plus 0,75y. S equals minus 100 plus 0,25. T equals 40. I equals 120. G equals 60. Algebraic balance C equals 60 plus 0,75 and S equals minus 100 plus 0,25y. I equals 120. G equals 60. So the national income on balance is in trillion rupiah. Y equals C plus I plus G equals 60 plus 0,75 plus 120 plus 60. So 0,25 equals 240. Y 960.
The next, so we can start to make a aggregative expenditure curve. Look at the PPT or PowerPoint. So this is 60 is obtained from the consumption function. Then we can describe the slash that we start from the number 60. For the next, there are 240 obtained from E plus G. The result is 180, and then coupled with the number 60 in below. Furthermore, then we can include that number 960 as a result of the calculated of Y. For the number for the number 240 on the horizontal axis obtained from Y sama dengan C plus I plus G, which result in 240. After that, we can see in the balance point that there is a letter A right at the point above the number 960, like that. For the next, we can draw the injection and leak curve. First, for the next injection curve and leaks, we can write negative 60 is derived from W sama dengan S plus T, where S is negative 100 and T is 40. So the result is negative 60. for the number 180 obtained from E plus G, where the E is 120 and G is 60, so the total is 180. For the number 240 is the same, it is generated from J plus E plus G. After writing down the dot point, we can make the curve, and the curve of injection curve and leaks has been finished.
Thank you for your attention.